Hi, I'm Debbie Hartner. I'm Elsie Johnson. And we are two sisters, Southern Cooking.
Doing our bread dressing, which is our mom's recipe. She was telling me yesterday when we were talking that this recipe was given to her by Grandma. Grandma used to make it. And then when Grandma quit making it, then she started making it. So that's kind of ironic because when Mom stopped making it, I started making it. So hopefully, and I know for a fact now that my daughter Sabrina is now making it because I gave her the recipe for this holiday since she couldn't come.
Aww.
So it's passing its way on down through the generations. So now we're looking at 4 generations of making this bread dressing. So that's a pretty cool fact. It's really, really good. So we have bread that we toasted up and cut up into cubes. We have eggs. We have butter. We have celery and onions chopped up. And we have a host of seasonings, and you are pretty good at what they are. What do we have?
We have poultry seasoning, 1 teaspoon. We have 2 tablespoons of parsley and a tablespoon each of thyme and of sage. And the sage is fresh. The thyme is not because we ran out of time. Haha. And we also, you can't find it in the store because of the holidays, because everybody's baking right now. So.
Right.
Happy holidays, folks.
So, all right, so we are going to put our bread in to our mixing bowl here. This is 2 loaves of bread. Typically, I make about 3 loaves of bread in my dressing, but this is a little smaller turkey that we have here. Plus, I might make a small dish of dressing on the side if we have any leftover that we're not putting in the bird. But typically I make a little more because I do make extra in a roasting pan of its own.
So how did it turn out yesterday with the seasonings and everything?
It was good. It really was. Yeah, it was
with
really
the egg
good.
in it.
Mm-hmm.
So normally you don't put egg in most dressings or stuffings. It depends on if you're stuffing the bird, you call it stuffing. If it's dressing, if it's being cooked by itself. And normally you don't, but my mom, and of course then it was passed down from Grandma Grace, so put eggs into there. Now Mom said she used to put in how many eggs into hers?
Oh my gosh, well she would do 5 loaves of bread, and she would put 12 to 18 eggs in depending on how the consistency was.
Now, Mom did not dry out her bread either. She had the soft, fresh.
She did the
bread.
More of a wet dressing.
Right. And we like the drier dressing because it does, here I'll take that, because it does taste a little bit better.
Okay. All right, let's start with our chicken broth first. I'm starting with 1 cup of chicken broth at first because I need to kind of soak this up so that it goes down a little and is more manageable. We may need a 2nd cup, but we'll see here in a minute.
So what are you guys doing for your holidays? Thanksgiving was yesterday. So today is my Thanksgiving with my family because I worked yesterday in the ER. So today we're preparing a turkey with stuffing, and I was wondering how your Thanksgiving turned out, what all dishes, how many, if you had family over or if you were doing it safely and staying at home and just not traveling a lot. And also desserts. How was your desserts? Did you want me to get more liquid or?
We might need another cup of it.
Okay, I'll go get it just in case.
So right now I've incorporated 2 sticks of butter. I have another stick of butter softened that I'm going to put on the skin of the chicken and underneath the skin as well. But I'm going to do 2 sticks in here. Yeah, you might want to pour some in.
Okay, is it still feeling a little dry?
Yeah, on the bottom.
Okay, how much do you want?
Another cup will be sufficient for the moment.
Okay.
do this with my hands because it just, you can feel the texture and feel it coming together instead of with a spoon. It's kind of hard to judge.
So today we're going to do turkey and stuffing. We're also going to do cream cornbread, and we're going to do broccoli, cheese, and rice casserole in place of the green bean casserole. So, and Elsie's making a Hershey cake too. And we're going to do 2 Christmas cookies. So I'm pretty excited about that. And we also are doing a couple other things that won't be filmed, but it will be a part of our Thanksgiving dinner.
Okay.
So I have a lot to be thankful for. I have a lot to be thankful for. I got my family and health, and I'm blessed. So how many eggs are we doing?
I'm doing 6 for right now, just to see. Now we'll add in our celery and onions. This is actually so much easier doing it with someone helping you because you got nasty hands with all the gook. If you don't like getting your hands all yucky and whatnot, you can put gloves on. You can do the little plastic gloves, or you can stir it with a spoon. I like doing it with my hands because I can feel if it's coming together easier.
And not only that, you need to know if you need to add more liquid or not.
Right, and you definitely don't right now. That was enough for sure.
Now when Mom was making this, she would do 5 loaves of bread and 18 eggs, correct?
Yeah, 12
I was like,
12 to
oh
18 eggs. And probably close to 4 cups of chicken broth.
That's
But she
crazy.
doesn't know how to cook in small quantities, and I find myself having that same problem. And the more our kids move out and move away and all this kind of stuff, you have to, okay, I'll take the herbs. You find yourself adjusting again. Trying
a little bit.
Yeah. Find yourself trying to figure out how to cook smaller portions and whatnot, especially when for 20-something years you're cooking bigger portions because you have a full family at home.
Right, it is harder.
Now we need salt and pepper.
Okay. So how much? 1 teaspoon each?
Yeah, I would say 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of pepper.
Okay.
Normally you probably wouldn't put equal parts of pepper, but because this is a dressing, I just always feel that pepper gives a lot better flavor if you have a little more pepper. Alright, and this will be it. Once we get this mixed together, then your dressing is done.
But we still have to salt and pepper the bird though when we get ready to.
And butter it.
Yes.
Okay. Alright, we are ready to go.
All right. I love the fact that the turkeys now come with these little devices that pop up when it reaches 165 of internal temperature. Way you know it's done. There's no
Right.
guessing game on it. It
Right,
says,
but
I'm done.
Whether you have one or not, I still take a meat thermometer and check it. And basically when you do that, you go in, and this area is right in here. You go straight down into the stuffing because you want to make sure your stuffing's done, and it needs to be at 165 as well.
Right.
And if your stuffing's done, then everything else around it will be done.
But also remember, if your bird is still frozen, and to some degree, you're going to have to double your cooking time by 50%. So if your turkey says it's 3 hours to bake, you need to count on at least 5.5 to 6 hours, because if it's still frozen, it's going to take longer for it to thaw and then bake. So actually, we're going to do this at 400 in Elsie's roaster. And how long are we going to do that for? 30 minutes, and then we're going to lower it to 325 for 4 hours.
Right.
And because this is fairly thawed, it's still a little frozen inside, but it's fairly thawed on the outside.
It was cold in the inside.
Right.
The only frozen part of it that was inside is the liquid, like liquid water that accumulates inside a bird. All right. I'm gonna
take my ring off because I'm gonna get down and dirty here.
I'm going to put just a handful right at the top as well. Mom always did that. She did the bottom and the top. Just stick a little handful there and pull the cover down over it. All right, and we are done with that. We do have dressing left, as you can see. I don't know if you can see that, but yes, we do have dressing left. I'm going to take it to the other counter.
So I'm going to go ahead and just rub this down. And just get your hands in there and get it dirty. Because we need to baste this. Because we want a nice, good, crisp skin on this turkey.
Okay, we need a little bit. I'm going to actually, when she's done rubbing that down, we salt and pepper the outside as well before we put it in the roaster.
And if you want to and you don't want salt and pepper, you can do seasoning salt as well.
Yeah.
You can do that instead. It's all on your own preference, whether or not you want to. All right, you want to turn it around?
Yep, turn it around so I can get up under the skin. And this you definitely don't want to have rings on either. And you just roll your hand around in there, almost like you're massaging the turkey. Basically, you're removing that membrane that's between the skin and the meat. And I'm going to take a little bit of that butter and I am going to rub it up underneath everywhere under the skin. So we get butter on the outside and we get butter on the actual skin and butter underneath against the actual meat. That will give you a moist turkey and a crispy skin.
And the reason why we started out at 400 is it kind of gives it that crisp right away, and it kind of like zaps it. So it has a good start for crisping up. And I'm just going to continue to put the rest of this butter in here. You can take chunks of butter and just put it inside, like where the wings are. You could just rub it in. It's all up to you. It's all your own preference. Remember, it's your food. You cook it the way you want to. We're just giving you ideas on how we do it. All right. And I think
This turkey's getting a nice massage. And then he's going to regret it because he's going to get fed to us. Okay.
well, he's going to be delicious.
Yeah.
All right. So
Now we
now
got to clean up.
we got to clean up before we put the salt and pepper on because we got nasty hands right now. Clean. Thank goodness. We got a lot of butter on our hands. So we're just going to take. Sprinkle it on there.
And you can, another thing Sabrina did with her turkey is she has fresh herbs growing right now. I mean, a lot of fresh herbs. And I don't even know what all fresh herbs she's got growing, but she has a bunch. She took fresh herbs and chopped them up, and then she made a paste of butter with fresh herbs, and she put that all.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
And it does sound delicious. So you can do something like that as well. Instead of just plain butter, you can make a compound butter of whatever seasonings
Right.
you want in it. You can put seasoned salt in it. You could do pretty much whatever you want in that butter and spread it on it. So we are ready to go.
I am going to go grab the container that we put this in, and then we're going to get it into the roaster for 4 hours.
Okay.
So we're going to do it like this so we can lift this out.
Why don't you pull that out and we'll slide this under the bird,
Okay?
and then we'll just have that to lift it up.
All right. All right, let's drop this bad boy. All right, so it's in. We're going to go ahead and put it in for 400, and then we're going to lower it in like 30 minutes to 325. We're going to cook it for 4 hours, and it's going to be a yummy, yummy, yummy bird. We'll see you guys when we come back.
I'm Elsie.
And I'm Debbie.
We're two sisters Southern cooking.
And we thank you for visiting our page. Please like, share, and subscribe.
Thank you.